Good evening, everyone. This is a great night. We are going to talk about ways to support your heart, your brain, your vision, your skin, and more. My name is Robin, certified nutrition specialist, and I'm excited to share with you some things that can help you and your health. And then you're going to hear from four others that share their stories of what they've discovered. So, when it comes to keeping your heart and your brain and your vision and your skin well and reducing inflammation, there is something that I recommend. I recommend this to my customers and clients as a nutritionist. I don't see myself. Y'all sure y'all see me? I guess you do. You do. All right. I see Nate.
Yes, we see you, gorgeous.
That's fine. Good then. Good. Good you see me. So let me just tell you something. When it comes to, and a lot of you have heard of omegas, right? And you normally hear of omega-3 and you normally hear of fish oil. And over the years, it's been about 4 years or more, I was introduced to an omega blend, not from fish, but through plants. And it blew my mind. And y'all have to know about it. So again, with omegas, when we think about omegas, that is an essential fatty acid for our bodies. Think of it like your car. So think of your body like your car. When you drive your car, you cannot drive it without oil. Your engine will blow up and it won't work out for you. The same with your body. You want to have the essential fatty acids, that oil in your body for lubrication purposes to help your cells do what they need to do. And that's why it's so critical. And so you can get the omegas from fish. You can get it from flax seeds and chia seeds, but you usually don't get enough. And then what do you do if you don't eat fish, if you're vegan or you're vegetarian? So we found a way that you can get it in your body and raise the omega-3 index in your blood. And you can verify that by getting your blood work done. That's why I love this, because it's not just saying something, it's verifiable. So we're going to talk to you about an all plant-based omegas. There's no fish. It's sourced from algae, so bypass the middle fish, and it's a blend. So it is 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9, and that blend is synergistic and works really well in the body. Also, there is a study that shows that it is really powerful. And if you compare it to traditional fish oil pills, the omega-3 index or the omega-3s in your blood will rise faster with less of a dosage. So higher, faster, more potent than your traditional fish oil pills. So y'all are in a really good space to understand, again, about help your heart and your brain and your eyes and your vision. That's a vision and eyes, your skin, and to reduce inflammation. And so with that being said, it's weird, y'all, because I can't see myself, even though you say you can see me. I'm like looking at a blank screen, so it feels kind of weird, but I'll go with that. So first you're going to hear from four phenomenal people that have had an experience with taking these plant-based omegas, and they're just going to tell you what they've found. So Nate, you are somewhere. Nate, can you show yourself, or can you say hello?
Well, I'm right here.
Okay, very good, very good. So share your journey of what you've noticed by putting these plant-based omegas in your body.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Nate Staples, and I see we have Beverly on the show. And there's a young lady on here that looked like my cousin. It sort of scared me. Sheila looked like Brunetta. You all look like Blasi. So anyway, my story. I just recently, I was going to the doctor, and I had like pain in my legs, both legs, and so they did x-rays, they did exams, they sent me to physical therapists, they sent me to all kinds of specialists. And what they were saying was, it don't make any sense you normally have pain in one leg, not both.
Mm-hmm.
And it's normally the lower part. I mean, it was all the way like from my calf all the way up to my thighs on both legs. And it was like really hard for me to walk. And my wife and I used to walk every day, and it got to a point where I couldn't do that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And so I began to like panic, like, well, what is this? I
Mm-hmm.
know I'm aging, but I'm not that old. And and so the doctors didn't know what to do. They did everything. They sent me to all the professionals. They put me on meds, all
Mm-hmm.
kinds of stuff, but nothing worked. And so just one day out of the clear blue, my wife said, "Why don't you try the omegas and just you taking 2 along with the rest. Try taking 4 every day and see what happens."
Mm-hmm.
And so I said, yeah, okay, here we go with the omegas again, you know. And so I said, okay, I was willing to try anything at that point. So I started taking them every day. Every day I would take 4 before I leave home going to the church. I would take 4. And then when I get home, sometime I would take a couple more, depends on how I was feeling, how much pain I was in. But over like a couple of weeks, if that long, the pain began to leave. And it got to a point where I had forgot that I was in that much pain, you
Mm.
know. And I was like, wow, what happened? Because I didn't know. And then I thought back to Brunetta saying, yeah, try the omegas. They really work for those type of things. And I was like, wow. And so now I just continue to take 4 every day, and I'm able to, get around. I'm not in pain anymore, which is a miracle. And
Yeah.
and I don't know how I'm gonna explain that to my doctor when I see him, because
Right.
he went through all type of, you know, trouble for me. He sent me all over to different hospitals to talk to different professionals, to MRIs, sent me to physical therapists, and none of that worked. And only thing I can say is
Yeah.
that the plant-based omegas took away the pain, not in one leg, but in both. And it's
Yeah.
just amazing. I can't explain it.
Mm.
All I know is, if there's any men out there, listen to your wife.
Thank you so much. You said a couple of wonderful things, which was men out there, listen to your wives. That is what you needed to say. So that is what you needed to say. That
Okay.
was very powerful. And I always feel like I want to cry when I hear these stories, because yes, we do go to the doctors and they do try all these things, but so often, and I'll repeat this to everyone, our joints need that lubrication. And when
Yeah.
we get it, it knows where to go. And it's not, it seems miraculous, right? But it's
Right.
just our body knowing what to do with not only this oil, but it's also there's plants in there. So thank you so much for sharing that.
Thank
And
you.
husbands, listen to your wives. Yes. And we'll see you in a little bit. We're going to
All
come to
right.
other ones, but we'll have on the after party, we'll have some others. Thank you so much. That is always inspiring. Okay. Now, Rebecca, you have a story to share. So unmute yourself and then let us know what you noticed.
All right. Well, hello, everyone. Yes, my name is Rebecca. And so I added the omegas hoping for more energy. I heard everyone, was getting more energy when they got started on it. I was super excited. What I didn't expect is in 2008, long before the omegas were even a part of this, I was diagnosed with Graves' disease. And for those of you who don't know, Graves' disease is an autoimmune. It's a very hyperactive thyroid. And I went through my first round of treatment for it, and my goiter in my neck was pretty enlarged, very enlarged actually. And so what my doctor had shared is, because my goiter was enlarged and didn't go down after treatment, even though I was off the medications and I had gone my thyroid to come back under control, that I was at high risk for it to be reoccurrent. So that this is probably something that I'm going to struggle with for the rest of my life. And So I did. I had several episodes where I'd go back on meds, my thyroid would get out of control, and we, kind of did this back and forth for years. And when the omegas came out, I was super, like I said, super excited because I thought, okay, I'll take these. People are getting more energy, and that's what I was looking for in them. And so I started taking them. Didn't pay, wasn't thinking of my thyroid, wasn't paying attention to my thyroid, and just happened to have someone at work ask me some questions. And whenever I talk about it, I tend to, go to my throat and feel my goiter. And all of a sudden I was talking to her and I was sitting here going like this. And she's like, what on earth are you doing? And I'm like, I can't feel my goiter. And I was just flabbergasted. And I totally got sidetracked, and I was thinking back, I'm like, what have I been doing different? What have I been doing different? And the only thing that I had done any different, the only thing I had added in, or even, I'd subtract anything from my life, I just added in the omegas. And wow. I've just been, I will just say, just overjoyed, because there's no guarantee that that's, that I'm not going to have another episode where my thyroid goes hyperactive, but it gives me a much greater chance of, continuing at a longer period of being in remission from that, because my goiter is normal. So that's exciting.
Thank you so much for that. Your story is truly blessing so many people, because I see a couple of folks in the audience that, as their nutritionists, I know they have some thyroid challenges. So hearing your story is phenomenal. Thank you so much. I'm going to switch the order a little bit. And so I'm going to have Warlicia go next, because we want to talk about skin. We just started, well, she'll talk about a little bit about putting the omegas on our skin. So you can put them in, swallow them, because they're capsules where you can chew them, or you can put them on your skin. But we've had some phenomenal testimonies with helping with acne and dryness and all kinds of things, and then extra special things. But so, Warlicia, share with us your journey, your story.
Oh, okay, thank you. Yes, mine is, discovering that these omegas can be used on the outside of your skin, and then I started thinking too, what else? But I do use them on my face. We do like a facial, and the great thing about it, like when mainly ladies know about the facials, but men get them also. But the great thing about it is that you're always, whenever you're getting a facial, you're always like avoiding the eye area and, making sure that it doesn't get in your eye. But with the omegas and putting it on your skin, we rub it all and over your eye, everything, because there is no chemical. So it's not like you have to avoid, but it does your skin so well. And I use it at least every other day when I can remember. I always use it, and my skin is very soft. And I went from using makeup to not really having to use much makeup at all. I do like an eyeliner or something like that, but I don't really have to use makeup. And I'm 93 years old. Only kidding. But it really tightens your skin, and it just gives your skin the glow and everything that it needs. So when Robin was talking about using it on her skin, I also discovered that I use it on another part of my skin that I won't share with you everything that I would share in another call, but just know that it really, really works. Because of the fact that I was getting, what do you call it, like a lesion on that part of my skin, maybe. The only thing I can describe it as like a scabbing or lesion that was growing, and then I use it on my skin, and literally the next day it was gone, and then it stays away. As long as I continue to use the omegas, it stays away. And it is so amazing that it's hard to describe how great this is without sounding like, you're making something up, because it is that amazing. It is that good. And I want to mention another thing. I don't even know if I shared this with Robin, that I wear glasses, corrective lenses. And when I didn't realize how it was doing so well for my eyesight. It wasn't until I went to the DMV to get my license renewed, and I had to get my eyes checked. You go through all the testing, and never have I ever in all of years of having my license, have I ever passed an eye test. So when I went, and because of the fact that I don't use my corrective lenses that often, I totally forgot to wear my contact lenses, and I totally forgot to bring my glasses. And if you know anything about Las Vegas DMV, you got to pack a lunch, you got to pack a dinner, you got to pack, a snack, because you're there all day. So I was like, oh my goodness, I sat here all day, and now I'm going to flunk this test. So I did the eye test, and I saw everything, but I'm like, I don't know how this is happening. So I saw it, and I passed the eye test for the first time in my life. So then I had to think about it. I'm like, oh, these Omegas. That is why I passed my eye test. So it is amazing. It's something that, of course, is good for the heart. Like Robin was mentioning, heart, eye, and skin, and all that kind of good stuff. My nails are stronger. What can I say? It's just done so many good things for me and my family and my friends that I will be eating this Omegas for a very, very long time. I don't want to see what happens to me if I don't. So I'm afraid of that. So I will be eating them forever.
The vision. Yeah, I didn't know that about your vision. And I will say that.
that.
Yeah, mine too. I went just 2-3 weeks ago, had my eye exam, and they had to, so I wear glasses. I don't have them on right now. And my prescription keeps going lower and lower and lower. Yeah. It's amazing. And I know there are others out there, because I know some of those are out there, have eye testimonies too. So thank you so much. And then our last presenter that's scheduled, because I know some of y'all just want to chime in out and share your guys' stories. I know there's so many out there that have other stories, but Tracy from Texas, share us, and I think, tell us your Omega story, or I think it's your husband's Omega story.
It's my husband's story, yes. Yeah. Pastor Nate, he did not listen to his wife at first and did not take the Omegas. But my son and I take them, and we had been taking them for about a year. And he was not on board. He just stubborn old German man from down here in Texas, and wasn't going to take anything. But then he started seeing the changes in us. And so he was like, let me try. And so he started with the Omegas. And he suffers with terrible, he works in the oil field. So he has terrible back pain and joint pain. And then we're big hunters. And he had a fall a couple of years ago, and he fell and he broke his wrist. And he has 13 screws in his wrist. And when the weather would change, he could tell me that the weather was changing, because that wrist would just hurt him so bad again. It was just like it was broke again. He was like, oh, we're fixing to have a norther come through, because my wrist is hurting. And once he started taking the Omegas, and it took a couple of months, and then he took them, for a good probably 4 to 6 months. And all of a sudden we had a norther coming through, and he didn't know it was coming because his wrist wasn't hurting. Yeah. And so it's just amazing what, the plants do for our body. And so, it's just crazy. Yeah. There's no more pain in his wrist. His back pain from working in the oil field for so many years are subsided, so it's just to see him happy again, just melts my heart. So we'll never,
never stop. We're going to cut off the recording in a little bit and just kind of do the after party where we talk, people can share their stories. I want to summarize this now. I want to say this. So those that are listening, you would want to contact the person that invited you here to figure out how you can get these Omegas in your hands. And I have one. So they're little plant-based Omegas. I chew mine. People think I'm crazy. There's no fish. It tastes like a little oil. Sometimes, if you want to put it in your skin, you crack them open and you put them in your skin. But contact the person that invited you here, and just know that the Omegas are good for your heart. So even when it comes to cholesterol, there's reasons to believe that it can help lower your cholesterol, your brain and your memory, your mood, your skin. Inflammation, you guys heard of stories. And I know this. I have clients calling me like, my arthritis is gone and my this is gone. I love it. And it's all plant-based. No fish. It's a blend. and it works and it's powerful, and you've heard that. So before I cut off the recording, I just want to tell you to contact the person that invited you here. If you don't have them, get them, try them, be consistent, and then let us know what you notice, because we want to hear. And then what if you take them and you don't notice anything? That doesn't mean it's not working, because it's lubrication for yourself and it happens over time. So I'm going to cut off the recording. And again, remind those that are listening to contact the person that invited you here. And then